Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, An American Professor. We're going to continue on with the Reinforcement Learning, or RL for short, playlist series. Now that we've covered the fundamentals of RL, we can start looking at different reinforcement learning environments. And today, we're going to look at the taxi environment from the gym ecosystem. So we're going to start putting that together now, and I'm going to do a live code along in the Jupyter Notebook. So the first thing you need to do when you start a gym environment up is you need to import gym. And if you don't have this, you can simply pip install it. It's pip install gym. This is what the code would look like. And you would run that in your terminal. But I already have that, so we're moving on. Next, we need to create the taxi environment. To do that, store that in this environmental variable env for short. Put in the name and the version of the taxi environment we'll use is version 3, shown as v3 for here from here. All right, so that worked. Next, we're going to reset the environment to the initial stage. So let's write out a comment so I know what we're doing. And then, so you see this environment in action. Let's run the environment for some number of time steps. Let's say 30 time steps. So for underscore in range 30. And let's render the environment as we're going along. Let's create some more cells so we have some room below. So we're going to render it. We're also going to select a random action. And we can do that using our environment variable we've already created. We do action space dot sample. I'm using tab autocomplete feature. And then what we can do is we can take a step in the environment using that random action. So we'll take the action and observe the result. And lastly, let's check to see if the episode is over. And after I finish writing this for loop, I'll explain everything again, and you'll understand the typical interaction and workflow with the gym environment, specifically here for the taxi environment, but more generally for other gym environments, which we'll get to in later episodes. So if done is true, let's print episode finish, and let's make that a F string. Episode finished, and or after is a dummy variable. This one, Python user index time steps, and then we'll break. So let's run that. And we can see we've got some nice output printed below. This is actually our environment being displayed. This yellow blob is the taxi. It's moving. Remember, it's moving randomly. And so in the next video, I'll have to explain more about what's actually going on in terms of what does the state mean. Here, state is called observation. Observation and state are synonymous. The action is essentially compass directions, like either move down, up, left, or right. If you're curious, you can print out like the reward too. The done variable is either true or false. It states whether or not the episode is over. And so essentially I ran this for 30, but if we run it for longer, say 200, maybe we'll reach a timeout and you'll learn something. Let's see. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Episode finished after 170 time steps. So that's it for this video. In the next video, we'll dig more into the taxi environment. See you then.